No matter what you do, it's awkward. Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and I'm female to male, transgender, 4 years on testosterone and 3 years post-op top surgery. And today, I'm in Arkansas. I'm looking at bare ass trees and land everywhere. I've never seen anything like this. It's pretty wild, like cows. I landed and I was like, what is this foreign world of natural land? It's insane. I'm out here for work, so yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Thanks for having me, Arkansas. On the way here on the plane, I was like, what should I film? And I was just thinking of all the weird, awkward things trans guys go through that people don't normally think of, and I made a whole list of them and I'm gonna share them. Hopefully it's pretty relatable to you trans folk and educational and funny for the rest of you guys. First thing is when you are mid-transition or like really in the beginning and you're in this like awkward place of where you can either go into the girls' bathroom or guys' bathroom. And like for me, I obviously was like, I should go into the guy's bathroom because I identify as a guy, but it's like that awkward phase where you're like, if I go into the guy's bathroom, the guys will look at me weird because my voice hasn't quite dropped yet and I don't come off super masculine. But if I go into the girl's bathroom, they're gonna freak out because I pass enough as a guy. So you're in this like awkward phase where you have like a little bit of chin hair and like a little bit of a low voice, but not quite there. And you're like, where do I go? Pre-T, before I even like really knew that I was trans, but I knew I was uncomfortable, all of that wonderful stage. I used to go into the girls' restroom because I was like identified as a girl at that point. In order to like prove that I was a girl at the time, I used to just sing, like awkwardly hum, and I would walk in and be like, my voice would be super high and people would be like, ah, okay, confirmed, female. The second thing is when kids specifically, because they have no idea and you just like pass as a guy, or other people, whatever, they like hit you in the balls where you should have balls, but you don't have balls. And so you have to like pretend for it to hurt. And I always think of She's the Man, that great movie where, you know, she would be like, oh, I remember that happening to a couple times, like babysitting kids. I would forget because it doesn't hurt the way it hurts if you hit a dude in the balls. So I was like, oh, you got me. And they'd be like, ah! In my head, I'm like, oh, that was weird. I had to remember to be hurt. The third thing would be going to the dear old gynecologist. Don't we all love going to the gynecologist? This one specifically, I've had a lot of my cisgender friends be like, oh shit, like I forgot you still have to go. Obviously, like we still have the parts, generally speaking, so you gotta go get that stuff checked out. Really awkward though when you're a freaking trans man and you are a man, but things don't match. Someone's looking real closely at it. A lot of us have dysphoria down there. It's like, I just don't want to be here. And it's already awkward, like as a woman going through that. So as a trans man, nobody likes it. Nobody. This is one of the most hilarious and awkward things I personally have experienced, and I'll do like a little story time about it, but traveling when you are like mid-transition, pre-transition, anything like that, and you have to get pat down at the airport. If you're like me, in the beginning, like you pass really well. If you guys don't know, like the guys have to pat down the guys and the girls have to pat down the girls. So then the guy comes over thinking you're a cisgender dude. I don't really know what they do for like non-binary folks. Maybe they just go by biological sex. I don't know. At this point, I was like pre-T. I just hadn't like started hormones or anything and done surgeries. And so the guy comes over and pats me down. And right when he gets to like my chest, he's like,
I'll be right back.
And then a girl comes over and pats me down and my face just turns red. I'm like, hello. My mom and I figured out later what happened. It happened so quickly that I didn't even realize, but like that happens, I'm sure, to not just me, like a decent number of people, and it's so awkward. It's like, what do? I have different parts than how I identify and people see me a certain way, and it's like, so awkward. This next one is definitely sexual. It's when you are like getting hot and heavy with someone, you're like real turned on and you're about to like, you know, go all the way, and they're like, hold on, let me grab my dick. And you have to like put it on, and there's just that like awkward little amount of time where you're just like putting it on and you guys were like really in the moment and you're like trying to hurry so you don't lose the moment, and then you like have it on and then you continue, but it's like, would be really nice if I didn't have to like pause everything in order to put on a part in order to continue. Like, God damn it, I don't want to do this. I just want to have it. Next thing is, I think this happens with like all dudes, but it's handshakes. I cannot deal with handshakes because everyone does them differently. I don't care if you're born a dude, but whatever, especially like going into guyhood later in life, you kind of have like supposedly known how to do the guy handshake. It's just so awkward. No matter what you do, it's awkward because some dudes like go in just for the shake. Some dudes go in for like the this and like fist bumps. Some dudes like go for some weird thumb thing. And some people do like the bro hug. Every single person I've ever shook hands with does it differently. So I get like straight anxiety when people go for that. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I just kind of stick out my hand and hope for the best and try and follow what they do. This last one is just the worst, especially when you're like preteen and you're not out yet. But it's when someone finally calls you the right pronoun, especially if you're not out. Like, it's amazing to hear because you get all giddy inside and your eyes just like do this internal glow and you're like, thank you, I love you so much. And then someone that knows you is like trying to protect you and be like, yo, be respectful. Like, no, this is a girl. Use she, her, like this is a girl. I'm like, God damn, why did you have to be so freaking protective and respectful and correct them by incorrectly correcting them, but you don't know, or you do and you're just being an asshole. I don't know. It's so unfortunate because you're so stoked that they just called you the right pronouns finally. Especially before you're out. I don't want that help. I want to be called those pronouns or that name or whatever. Such a bummer and so awkward. Anyway, that's just like a couple of the most awkward things I could think of. I hope they're relatable. They definitely have all happened to me multiple times, and I know to a lot of my friends. I'm sorry if they've happened to you. Honestly, at this point, going through it, like initially you take it seriously, and then once you've kind of come out on the other side and you've transitioned fully as much as you want to, you're like more comfortable in yourself. Whatever that means to you, looking back at it, it's pretty funny to go through. I hope if you're not there yet, you get to that place where it's just like kind of comedic. But yeah, that's the awkward stuff that trans dudes go through. Oh man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back next week with another video on next Saturday, 12 p.m. every week. I'm gonna go off and, you know, explore this wildlife that is Arkansas. So strange, but I kinda like it. It's a little different. You guys have a great week, and I love you. Thank you for your support, and I will talk to you later. Adios. Bye.